guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. Today we're going to take a look at the new Dokkan Fest Bardock. Now, Bardock is already pretty controversial. Seems as though he's not on the level of the recent Dokkan Fest TURs. Here, of course, is his intro. At the bare minimum, though, I would say Bardock does appear to have the best intro in the game. This is so fire as an intro. It really, like an intro like this, man, they had to make this guy Gamma 1 level at least. Come on. This is just so clean. So, here's the thing with this Bardock, right? Let's go ahead and see if we're going to get this right away. Bardock is a scouter character. Okay, so no super attack from Vegeta. Oh, Bardock has this is a new sprite, isn't it? I think it is. I don't feel like I've seen this before. Okay. So, Bardock, right, is a scouter character, which is really important. Provided that there is a Goku on the team, or there's an enemy whose name includes Frieza, we get both a scouter and rainbow orb changing. And then 70% attack for the first 5 turns. So, that's the problem for Bardock, right, is that for the first 5 turns, he's a rainbow orb changer with a scouter, which is what's really, really good. All right, so he's at 270k defense right here. I mean, to be fair, this is an insane rotation right away in terms of support. We're getting 110% support on this opening rotation, so I'll take it. This is Bardock basically maxed out turn 1. Now, I'm curious right here. So, Bardock is at 270k defense. He gets, what, 150% attack and even start a turn. He gets another 40% attack and defense with each super attack performed, up to a max of 120%, so he has to do 3 supers. And then he does super effective against all types with 1 rainbow key sphere. He does 50% attack and defense with 2 rainbow key spheres. And then he does a guaranteed crit with 3 rainbowed key spheres. So, on this turn, we'll be able to get the stats. We actually will not be able to get the guaranteed crits, though, unfortunately. It is what it is, right? So, let's go ahead and get... let's drop... what are we looking at here? So, he's up to 300k defense? Sure. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what we get on this rotation right here from our boy Bardock. So again, we have a fair amount of support up right here. 5.93, huh? Oh, yeah, it's like you could see it at a glance. It's like Bardock, you know, like that was super effective against all types, which is strong. He also rainbow orb changed on that rotation, which is strong, and he had a scouter on the rotation, which are all strong abilities. But the fact that the scouter and the rainbow orb changing is time gated, that's just gonna really hurt this character. I'm serious. It's gonna be a huge detriment to him. So here, let's see, with the LR team Bardock, we're actually gonna have the same thing. We have 6 out of 7. So Bardock's link set is Saiyan Warrior Race, Saiyan Lineage, Family Ties, Team Bardock, Saiyan Pride, Prepare for Battle, and Fierce Battle. So that is Bardock's link set right there. I mean, his link set is fine, I guess. It's like, he does have Prepare for Battle and Saiyan Lineage, which is good. That means he's gonna work fairly effectively with most of Goku family, which he does lead, right? Remember that Bardock's 2 leader skills here. I had to put Physical Kibble on the team for the meme, dude. I had to. But Bardock leads Goku family, and then he also leads storied figures. Those are the 2 categories Bardock is leading. So remember, if we're running like Kid Gohans or Pans or something like that, like they're all rocking Saiyan Lineage. So Bardock having Saiyan Lineage is good there. In terms of like, you know, Team Bardock, Saiyan Pride, like we're only going to be able to activate those along with another Team Bardock member, maybe the banner unit Tora. I'll probably do a separate video just focusing entirely on that Tora as well. 270k defense right here. One other thing I have to mention is that Bardock does also get 50% attack and defense from his super attack effect. Yeah, unfortunately, so far from what I've seen, it's like Bardock you know, I would want to use him a lot more, but I couldn't. He's just vaguely in the mix, I think, with a lot of current TURs, right? Like Majin Vegeta, Pan, stuff like that. Like I don't know, like he's just sort of vaguely somewhere in there. The Scouter and Rainbow Orb changing, that only being okay. There's his active skill. He does have a very good condition of that. Those are the two things that makes this Bardock special. Is the Rainbow Orb changing, and then also the Scouter, right? Those are the things he really needs. I'm gonna pop a Ghost Usher right here, because I believe this Vegeta does lower defense. Not today, bitch. Okay, so again, right now, like last year, difficult content was built around turn 1, right? All the extreme Super Battle Road stages and God events, that was the difficult content. This Bardock would have been a killer last year. This year, though, it's longer content, right? Fights that are going past 5 turns. Scouter and Rainbow Orb changing just for the first 5 turns is not good enough. If Bardock just had the Scouter and Rainbow Orb changing the entire fight, I would like him a lot better. Because these days, the enemies have gotten so strong, it's really not just about how high your attack stats are, how high your defensive stats are. Because it's like on some of these turns with Bardock, man, you know, Bardock can get very high defense. Like, we can get Bardock above 1,000,000 defense if he double supers on one of these turns, right? Like, make no mistake, we don't need to use the active skill here. We'll save it a bit. All right, so we have 420k defense. Remember, he gets 40% on super attack, and then he's getting 50% from his super attack effect. So very quickly, right, like this guy's going to start, you know, jumping past like 800k defense and shit like that. Like he could get high in terms of his defensive stats, but he hits what I call like the negative sweet spot, which is you get into this range where your defense seems overly impressive, but it's actually not. Yeah, you're living normals. Awesome. You know, if you had 300 like K less defense, you would still be surviving normals, but you're still getting one shot by these big boss super attacks. I don't foresee Bardock surviving a super attack from Cell Max or the Metal Cooler Core. And people would say, oh, well, no one does, which is true, but that's exactly how they could have made this Bardock better, right? By making Bardock, you know, be a character that can do that. Like, that's what can make these characters sort of different. Bardock can do decent damage, but he's not doing damage on the level of Gamma 2. Gamma 2's also got support and nullification, right? Just this unit having, like, the Scouter and the Rainbow Orb changing for the first 5 turns only tied to, you know, Goku on the team and having the intro animation. It's a huge bummer, man. It really is, you know, not to be Mr. Negative Nancy here. Alright, so Bardock's active skill is really good here. So you could use this on turn 3 if there are 3 or more allies belonging to the Team Bardock category. That is a very strong condition, because if you're running Bardock's team, both Bardocks count. And then Tora, the banner unit, who does seem very powerful, also counts as well. So literally just running Bardock and Tora on your team allows you to use Bardock's active skill starting from turn 3, which is, I would think very good. That's a very strong active skill condition. The thing with his active skill, he does have this one ability that I always want these characters to have nowadays, which is all attacks on the turn become crits when he does it. But here's the thing. Bardock already gets guaranteed crits on 3 Rainbow Key Spheres. So the fact that he's getting guaranteed crits too from his active skill, it really just goes to show that the 2 issues with this character is Rainbow Orb changing and Scouter being time gated to 5 turns. And then he's another character, you guys, I've talked about this a lot. I've mentioned this 1,000 times. When they give a character both super effective against all types and crits, it's a waste. It's like they're just stacking a very similar ability on top of each other rather than giving the unit extra stuff. If instead he was super effective against all types on 1 Rainbow Key Sphere, 50% attack and defense on 2 Rainbow Key Spheres, and then he got a guaranteed additional at 3 Rainbow Key Spheres, that would be significantly more powerful. And then this Bardock, with how high his defense can get, if this dude triple supered with how high his defense gets, now we're talking. Now he could survive a super attack from, you know, Metal Cooler Core and Cell Max, I bet. Let's go and take a look at this. Now, I've seen a lot of people complaining about Bardock's animations. I don't see it. I think Bardock's animations are absolutely fine. The only, like, you know, Kid Goku, his active skill's not as good as it could be. Alright, so there's that. We actually should make sure to finish this with his KO screen, huh? Bardock does have a KO screen on his active skill. Alright, well, we'll be able to get the 3 orbs right there, sure, and then we'll be able to get this. So, yeah, Bardock is very good, but, you know, they should have given him the additional. They should have just made him be just, I think, a little bit more relevant against some of these, like, really, really high-tiered bosses. Bardock is strong, but he's not, like, I don't know, like strong enough. He's not, like, oh my god, like, exploding off of the page. It certainly does hurt Bardock that we literally just got Gamma 1 and 2. And, like, remember, Bardock is the 4th Dokkan Fest in October, right? We got Gamma 1 and 2, we got Kid Goku, and then now we have Bardock. And it's like, Bardock is strong, but he is not on the level of the characters we've been getting this year. Or, excuse me, this month, my bad. I'm gonna pop a Ghost Fisher right here. We're gonna have the LRT. This will be the best turn we'll see from Bardock. Bardock is fully built up. We've done our 3 super attacks up to this point. This will be our 3rd super right here. We got the LR team Bardock in slot 1. We've got TUR in the last slot. Let's go ahead and see what we get from Bardock right here. This is not going to be a guaranteed crit. That's okay, though, because we potentially could double super then. I feel like if Bardock is doing guaranteed crits, he'd take this Vegeta out. Alright, so let's see what Bardock does in this turn. This unit, by the way, I'd say chances are very good that this unit is probably going to Rainbow and EZA in this celebration. If they made this LR Team Bardock good, that would be very good for Bardock. So we get up to 11.4. Super effective against all types with 1 orb, guaranteed crit with 3 Rainbow orbs. So Bardock can put in work. There's just... There's no doubt about it that Bardock can put in work. He is a strong TUR, right? Like, I certainly will have him somewhere in the mix of one of the, I would say, like, stronger TURs in the game. I'm just not really too sure where. I really, like, I feel like as time goes on, I'm very much souring on Pan. I feel like Pan is just, like, not what we're looking for in terms of, like, a big high-profile release or something like that, right? So, because of, like, sort of, like, how Pan is looking, like, I feel like Bardock is probably vaguely somewhere in that level, but, like, here we go. We get to this turn right here, and Bardock no longer has the Scouter. We don't have the Scouter up anymore. We don't have the Scouter. We don't have the Rainbow Orb changing. And then at this point, Bardock is going to encounter the exact same problem that the Resurrection F Blues have, right? Which is that, you know, Blue Vegeta, I would say, is fairly strong. I've never, like, you know, felt like that the Resurrection F Blues, the Blue Vegeta portion of the unit, I've never felt like was weak. But the problem is he needs Rainbow Orbs, right? 677,000 right here, right? So that's decent. We have a lot of these links up. It's like, you guys can see, like, Bardock, man, he could put up numbers, but it is more than just putting up numbers. It's like, there's just certain abilities you can have these days that I think really can change things, right? If he had the Scouter the whole way through the fight, I still think he would be very strong, right? Running Chi-Lai feels very good, and I think it would be sort of the same thing, right? Like with Bardock. You'd be running Bardock, he'd be feeling really good with that Scouter sort of the whole way through the fight. But without it, you know, it does become a little bit unfortunate. So, let me know what you guys think about Bardock. You know, he's, like, vaguely, like, I think, like, a top 7 TUR or something like that. Certainly disappointing Because, like, Kid Goku and Gamma 1 and 2, they were like, oh my god, they're #1 by far on release, right? And then, you know, to me, Dokkan is the most fun when they're dropping these characters who it's like, oh my god, they're so busted. And it's Bardock is good, but he is not that. He's not like, oh my god. Right? So, let me know what you guys think of Dokkan Fest Bardock. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.